Why does every guy cheat on you? Trust me, I know. How come girls always call you their friend? I can tell you. We'll talk about your strengths and we'll talk about emotions. Secrets of Birthdays, now live for purchase. Check out yours at secretsofbirthdays.com. Soul Garden. Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. My name is Christopher Rayman Witecki, and I'm your soul biographer, here to translate what's going on up in the outerverse down into figuring out your innerverse. And I'm so grateful to be back. Once again, I have been off the air. I'll explain in just a minute. First, a couple announcements. One, I'm doing a webcam workshop at the end of the month and the beginning of April called Jumpstart the Heart. This is in response to many of my clients who are telling me that they're having a hard time finding love, or they're having a hard time really feeling their heart, or they're having a difficult time figuring out what they should do or what they really want. This is a disconnection to your heart, my friend. Come Jumpstart the Heart for just $33.95. This is a class one-on-one with me, actually 1-on-8, and we're going to get in a 90-minute period some basic fundamentals to returning to your heart and restoring faith in your inner child. So check it out. Also, if you buy a 1-hour reading with me right now, you will get a free Secrets of Birthday video emailed to you before the reading. And I got to say, I'm loving the way this is working because people come to the reading now with questions and they're informed. This is a 20-minute video you get for free, which is based on your chart, and then you get the reading. So come on down to soulmart.me. That's where this is all sold. And by the way, soulmart.me is a nonprofit co-op. We're developing into a nonprofit co-op. So when you are investing in Soulmart, you're investing in the ability for other practitioners to come out as well. We put all of our money back into promoting our kind, if you will. So that said, we are at a very difficult time. The sun is in Pisces. The universe is investing an incredible amount of psychic energy in the Pisces vibration. It really is that cliche of let go and let God. I myself found myself on my back in the hospital again. I want to say thank you to every person that sent well wishes and spirit and prayer. I did really feel it, and I bounced back. And it just goes to show you we are all human, and that's really kind of what we're being forced to face right now, is our humanity, our own compassion for ourselves. And we're also having to stand up for those new emotional boundaries we work so hard on. So without further ado, let's take the Ascension elevator and dive deep into you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. During a Mercury retrograde, the up button will go down and the down button will go up on the Ascension elevator. Please remain seated until I've turned off the no floating sign. And as always, thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Hello, my producers, Tauruses, and Taurus risings, and welcome to 33,000 feet. We're going to get a bird's eye view of you, the view of you. And we're working on your belonging, where you belong. We're in chapter 3 of Sun in Pisces. This is where you step out to build your own utopia, your own vision, your own innovation, your own ascension plan. All right? And that's where we are in this particular transit. But this has also involved context, the way you contextualize yourself. Are you a blue-collar worker? Are you a green-collar worker? You know, also your diplomacy, how you handle social reaction, what your title is, what your reputation will be based on how you respond to social reaction. But this week, we're working on that ascension part, and God Universe has invested a ton of planets. At the bottom, with the context, you've got intuition guiding you to where you belong, and where you belong is ultimately where your heart feels it belongs. Mercury retrograde is getting to the bottom of maybe where you went off or you haven't been true to your own path. Chiron is healing blunders or fears going on in society right now. Venus is opening up new opportunity, and now the sun at step 20, you're starting to feel the passion of potential future, and by the end of the week with Mars there and whatnot, you're going to be acting on that potential future. That is the arc of the week. But wait, there's more, Taurus. There's also Saturn in Scorpio, which has been pushing for you to draw new emotional boundaries with yourself in your mirage. How you relate to yourself. How do you respond to yourself? Are you nice? Are you mean? Do you cheer yourself up? Well, whatever you are, the universe is not going to do it for you anymore or throw a fortune cookie in front of your way. You're going to have to stand up and hold that step 11 integrity and be that person for yourself. There will be times now this week that you don't feel like it and you don't wanna. Then there's also Pluto. Pluto, I protect, saying, It's time to protect the future of new knowledge. It's time to turn your back on what did not work. You're going to move into step 11, where I love and I love this week, where it's time to just to love what you know and to love the idea of the things you don't know. And belief structure is big for Tauruses, because that's the stubbornness people usually see in us, is our beliefs, that we're unwilling to change them. We have to be very willing and flexible now, fellow bulls. Moo. So let's take your 7-day forecast up in the sky and do our play-by-play for each of the days. All right, so starting with Sunday. Sunday, cloudy but social. The moon is in Pisces on Sunday, and so emotions are focused on where you belong. So you might be a little mopey as you're trying to figure out where you belong. This might also be where your friends are, or where your place is, or where's my cheers, so you're starting to feel that. At the same time, you're also starting to wonder if you're on the right legacy path in the sense of your utopia. So Sunday, I think, is a confusing day. Monday, cloudy and light casting. It's also Love Fest Day, the most loving day of the month to kind of recharge our batteries there. And it is the light cast day, the most powerful day to set emotional intention for the future of law of attraction. Now, Jupiter rules the day. That's why I've got a big picture of Jupiter here, which means the root intention of the day from the universe is unlimited possibility. Open yourself up to unlimited possibility. Be open, but it's quite a powerful yoga pose. Let's take a look at the party going on in Pisces. Remember, we've got Neptune, we've got Mercury, we've got Chiron, we've got Venus, we got the Sun, we got Mars, and we got the moon blowing through here between Sunday and Tuesday. So it is a very intense party in Pisces. When the universe does this much investment, you know God universe has a plan. Now for Love Fest Day, it's really about you just coming to peace with your role in the world, what you've done so far, and allowing yourself to receive what you deserve so far, particularly from God universe. So little gifts of spirit coming to you more maybe than society. Then when the moon moves over the sun, it's about light casting your role, or where you want to go with or be in with society. So let's take a closer look at those planets. When we're light casting, it's really a new moon, which means the sun, the moon, and the earth line up. And so you get this big pull of moon and sun toward one constellation, or 100 billion stars, which is the Pisces direction, okay? So this pull is a pull for compassion, a pull for spirit, and for you, a pull, emotional passion about where you're going in the world. Where am I going in society anyways? And when you have that answer of where your heart wants to go, you want to use this passion to fill your heart with love and own that emotional passion for where you feel like you belong. At the same time, you want to bow your head in gratitude for what you've done so far. Gratitude is the attitude of receiving. So when you're light casting, you want to be grateful for what you have so you can receive what you're asking for, okay? You want to put out that intention, because the universe tends to cookie cut what we ask for. So be very clear on that. So that is Love Fest and Light Cast Day, which is Jupiter ruled. Then on Tuesday, cloudy chance of anxiety or fears for the bulls. It's going to be a test of faith somehow on this day. And Uranus rules the day, which means there'll be an emotional breakdown with your reputation and a breakthrough within 24-36 hours. So you really just have to allow the emotions to flow through you. And the moon crosses Uranus, which means you have to grow up and respond differently to your emotional angst inside. So if you're normally a baby, this time be something else. If you're normally the strong one, go ahead and cry and be a baby. Respond differently. You'll grow no matter what, as long as it's new. Now, there's also something going on, a very powerful yod. A yod is God giving us the finger, and it intensifies on Tuesday, which is why I put up the slide now. It's pointing to Jupiter, which means go here, do this. What is it saying? It's saying, Taurus, you need to believe in and be decisive about what you're worth. If you believe in and be decisive about what you're worth, then you won't have issues with being ignorant about your beliefs in the future, and you won't have issues with your mirage, because as long as you're honoring your worth, you're going to end up treating yourself nicely in that mirage. So Jupiter is saying, own that value. Now the red line is your relationship to society. It's red, which means that you're concerned that society won't pay for this value, that society won't honor this value. And the truth is, these are separate issues. They do trigger one another, so they have to be worked through. But you should work on your reputation and your place in society on the one hand, and work on holding your value on the other. The two will resolve each other, over time. Okay. So that is actually the yod that begins on Tuesday. On Wednesday, it's cloudy but private again. Mercury rules the day. It's the last Mercury rule day of the retrograde. And so this is a day where you'll probably break through and understand just exactly where to aim for your personal utopia. And you're probably breaking through on healing from past wounds, healing from friendship issues, etc. So it's a very private day because you're building interfaith with the moon in Aries, but you're breaking through in your personal understanding of the world and where you fit in it. Then on Thursday, it is sunny but spiritual again. The moon is still in Aries for most of the day, depending on where you live on the earth. And Venus rules the day, which means you're going to restore balance and order to the month topic, which is where you belong. So whatever wounds you had with belonging or feeling like you're going to end up where you belong, you'll start to feel healed on Thursday. And by the end of the day, the moon moves into Taurus, and so you're going to start to feel stronger and stronger as the day progresses. So that's a groovy thing. Then comes Friday. Now, Friday is cloudy but cool because the moon is in your sign, and so emotions and personality are working together. You are very charismatic. It's cloudy because Neptune rules the day, and so psychic intuition is very high on the planet. It's almost dizzying. I find I have to nap more on those Neptune days. But nonetheless, it's a day where you'll probably intuit precisely where you belong, or intuit maybe this idea of going this way in society is not going to work, just doesn't feel safe. But that psychic awareness on Friday allows you to do it, and you're feeling strong and confident with the moon in your sign. Then on Saturn Day, Saturn rules the day, and the moon's in Taurus, so you are sunny and cool. It's a very strong day. On Saturday, you want to basically decide and commit for what that utopia is. Where is that belonging? Where are you going in the world? Where are you going in society? Where are you in context of society? It's time to decide and commit to that direction. This is not a lifelong commitment, even though it feels like it. It's really just till next year. Neptune is in this space for 14 years. So the universe is just going to get you closer and closer to God's service providing in society in your own creative way. But at the end of the day, that's what Pisces is. Tauruses are God's service providers to the world. They end up helping the world get connected from the things that they build. Then finally, Sunday. Sunday is sunny and very valuable. Remember that Jupiter point that said, hold space on what you're worth. Well, the moon crosses that Jupiter point on Sunday, and so you're feeling that value or not. If you didn't do the soul work, you might feel kind of bankrupt on that day. If you have done the soul work, you might feel your soul capital increasing. At the same time, Mars rules the day, and so this is a day of taking action and putting yourself out there in the world, or moving forward with your plans of where you feel you belong, that commitment you made a day earlier. So you could have a little anxiety if you don't act on that Martian energy on Sunday. All right, let's fly home and wrap it up. Well, thanks for watching your horoscope. And in closing, I just want to remind you of a couple of points. On the one hand, listen to those little birdies. Listen to that instinct. Neptune is plowing through to open up our psychic awareness, and the ones who will do well are the ones who listen. Mercury is retrograde to the end of this horoscope, which means reconsider, rethink, be open to ideas you're not open to. If you normally listen, speak up. If you normally speak up, listen. And don't forget about that yod with Jupiter. You want to be decisive about the topic I talked about in your horoscope. Well, thank you so much for allowing me to be of soul service. Remember, I am live on Mondays at 12 noon Pacific with my guided hangouts, where I go into a deep topic and dive into what we're dealing with on a deeper level. And if you don't know, if you receive GA text and Gmail, I am now emailing much more deep transcripts in the emails, getting deeper on the texts, and forwarding videos that are of importance to you. So if you want to join and be watched over by the Guardian Agency, it's really only 1 penny for the first week. Just come on to gatext.me. All right, folks, I love you so much with full gratitude. Namaste. See you next week.